Good evening everyone and welcome to the channel 784 News. I'm Bob Connor, your host, bringing you the latest stories from your local and national news sources. Let's begin with the headlines. A new law has been passed banning the use of umbrellas in public places. Scientists have discovered robot fish living in a suburban swimming pool, and a town has implemented a law restricting their residents from sharing food with wildlife. A mystery heat wave has struck a small town and the townspeople are celebrating their first ever annual Bean Fest. Now, over to Anna with the weather report.
Good morning, Anna here with your regional weather report. Let's start out in Finksburg, where they're expecting a pleasantly windy day with a minimum of 35 and a maximum of 38. On a side note, Finksburg is known for its 19th century flour mill, built by a local entrepreneur and still standing today. Next up we have Faunsdale, which is in for a day of light rain with temperatures staying steady at a minimum and maximum of 34. Fun fact about Faunsdale, the town was originally known as F.A. Robbinsdale, in honor of its founder, Fawn Robin. Moving southwards to Svea, it's another rainy day in store with a minimum of 29 and a maximum of 34. If you're ever fortunate enough to find yourself in Svea, a must-see is the sprawling botanical garden and arboretum. Finally, we have Hialeah, where it's going to be a rainy day as well with a minimum of 29 and a maximum of 35. A bit of trivia, Hialeah is home to the first ever hamburger restaurant in the state. Finally, in Fruitport they're expecting a windy day with a minimum of 31 and a maximum of 44. The town is best known for its beautiful harbor, where visitors often come to take in the view of the lakefront. And that's all for your regional weather report. Now, back to Bob with today's top stories.
In a surprise finding, researchers have discovered that a suburban swimming pool in the south of England is home to a thriving ecosystem of robot fish. The robot fish, officially known as RoboFish, are robotics created with the aim of collecting data from bodies of water in order to help protect them from pollution and climate change. Once RoboFish are programmed and placed in an aquatic habitat, they swim around gathering real-time data to help analyze and understand what is happening with water levels, temperatures, and marine diversity. The swimming pool where this exciting discovery was made was part of a project to test the potential of RoboFish technology in domestic environments. This experiment has now been hailed a success, with the robotic fish found to be living among the other aquatic life in the pool. As well as providing scientists with valuable data, the robotic fish have had a positive impact on the swimming pool. For example, they help to maintain the cleanliness of the environment by swimming around to clear debris and maintain a healthy level of oxygen in the water. It is fantastic to see that RoboFish technology is making an impact not just in the oceans but also in suburban areas like swimming pools. It shows the potential of this new technology in helping to protect aquatic habitats and keep our ecosystems healthy. As many cities around the world continue to strive for public safety and security, many innovative new laws have been enacted. One of the latest and most important of these laws is one that bans the use of umbrellas in certain places. These new laws are designed to discourage violence and help keep people safe from potential weapons. With an increasing number of terrorist attacks in cities all over the world, the banning of umbrellas will help create a safe environment in which people can feel secure and have peace of mind. Furthermore, the umbrella ban has practical benefits too. The overhead presence of umbrellas has often been found to be disruptive in particular areas, such as cinemas and restaurants, by blocking the view or obstructing air or light flow. These new laws help ensure that people who visit these places can enjoy them without being obstructed. Moreover, banning umbrellas has been said to also contribute to environmental protection. These laws can help reduce plastic and paper waste, particularly in the area of disposable umbrellas, which can easily end up in the garbage or in our oceans and water sources. Finally, these laws also help support communities. By banning the use of umbrellas, the negative environmental impact that they are causing is reduced. In turn, this will help communities to be healthier and more sustainable in the long run, providing them with resources to support their development and growth. Overall, the new laws banning the use of umbrellas in certain places can have many important benefits. They can help keep people safe and secure, reduce plastic and paper waste, and even help to improve community welfare. It's important to remember, though, that the umbrella ban is designed for our own protection, and that its implementation should always be done with that in mind. A small suburban town has recently imposed a ban on its residents from sharing food with wildlife. This ban has been met with intense criticism from residents and animal rights activists. Many residents have grown accustomed to the wildlife in their town and feel the ban is denying them moments of joy. They would often look forward to the visits from animals like squirrels, ducks, and even deer and cats during the morning and evening. But now with this new law, they no longer can feed these animals and must instead watch them from a distance, unable to connect and experience the same sense of joy. Animal rights activists are equally as upset about the ban and have spoken out against the town's decision. They believe the ban deprives animals of much-needed food and can potentially lead to hardship or starvation. They also fear that not providing enough food sources could lead to animals turning to humans for food and forcing them to become more aggressive. If anything, this ban reflects poorly on the town and shows that they are more concerned with controlling its citizens' actions than protecting its wildlife. Even in suburban areas with few wild animals, it is important to recognize the right of animals to eat food, free of human interference. By denying them food, the town will only damage its chances of establishing a peaceful and harmonious relationship between its citizens and wildlife. Residents of the small town of Somerville were recently stunned by a mysterious heat wave that has stuck around, with no signs of letting up. Even more alarming, experts have been unable to explain the source of the scorching temperatures, and thus far have been unable to offer any solutions. The heat wave has caused considerable discomfort for the community, with some areas recording temperatures as high as 98 degrees Fahrenheit. The steady increase in heat over the past several days has been nothing short of concerning, making it difficult for citizens to carry out their day-to-day activities. Unfortunately, all attempts to find a way to contain the heat wave have failed, leaving citizens feeling powerless and wary of what the long-term effects might be. Local officials have urged citizens to remain vigilant, with no definitive answer as to when or if the heat wave will recede. A number of theories have been proposed, including the possibility that it could be a natural phenomenon, perhaps linked to nearby volcanoes. However, these theories have yet to be confirmed, only raising more questions and concerns amongst the citizens of Somerville. At this time, it's unclear whether the heat wave has been caused by man-made factors or is simply an isolated incident. Until more evidence is found, residents of Somerville can only hope that the heat wave will soon pass and begin to look forward to cooler temperatures. Residents of the small town of Candiceville were delighted to come together in celebration for their first ever Beanfest. This annual event has been long anticipated and was celebrated with great fanfare in the town square. Beanfest began with a colorful parade showcasing local artisans, business owners and community members dressed in unique costumes. An opening speech was given by the mayor, who voiced his excitement for the festival's inaugural run and thanked residents for their enthusiasm and support. The festival itself boasted an array of activities to keep visitors entertained. Booths displaying handcrafted bean-inspired art pieces, bean-themed cooking demonstrations, a lively musical performances and a vast array of other attractions filled the town square. Throughout the day, groups of friends and families gathered around the main stage to enjoy the festivities. Bean binding competitions, including the coveted Best Bean Dish Award, kept attendees entertained until the late hours of the evening. Those lucky enough to compete shared their creations with proud grins, proud of their take on bean-based cuisine. To honor the occasion, locals cooked up a large pot of their signature Beanfest stew for all to enjoy. As the night came to a close, the town celebrated with a warm and joyous fireworks display. At the end of the day, the town of Candiceville walked away with a newfound appreciation for beans and the new tradition of their spectacular Beanfest. With such a success at its first ever celebration, everyone is looking forward to future iterations of the event. Good evening and welcome to the debate segment of tonight's news program. We are here to discuss the headline story making headlines across the country: robot fish found living in suburban swimming pools. Joining us on the show tonight, we have Mike Krockhauser, a technology expert and commentator, and Ellie Donahue, a veteran journalist and political analyst. So, let's dive in. Mike, what are your thoughts on the implications of robot fish in suburban swimming pools?
This is yet another example of why the government should be intervening in our lives more and more. We need to be aware of what's happening in our own backyards. If a robot fish is living in a suburban swimming pool, it may be evidence of a much larger problem. We need to be prepared to take action.
I don't think this is necessarily a problem that needs government intervention. We should be encouraging citizens to be aware of their surroundings and take action in their own backyard. This is a perfect example of how citizens can take initiative and make a difference. This is not a situation that requires the government to step in.
But the government should be taking a proactive approach to ensure the safety and security of its citizens. We can't rely on citizens to take action on their own. We need the government to step in and take the necessary steps to protect us from any possible danger this robot fish may pose.
I don't think the government needs to step in here. It's important to promote citizens taking responsibility for their own safety and security. There are plenty of resources available to help citizens take action. We need to be encouraging citizens to utilize those resources. It's not up to the government to do everything for us.
But the government should be taking a leadership role in this situation. We need to have a unified approach to ensure the safety and security of all citizens. That's why the government needs to step in and take the necessary steps to protect us from any potential danger posed by the robot fish.
I don't think the government needs to be involved in this situation at all. We should be focusing on educating citizens on how to take precautionary measures in their own backyards. If citizens are aware of the potential dangers, they can take the necessary steps to protect themselves. The government should be providing resources and support, not intervening in every situation.
But the government should be taking a proactive approach to ensure the safety and security of its citizens. We need to have a unified approach to ensure the safety and security of all citizens. That's why the government needs to step in and take the necessary steps to protect us from any potential danger posed by the robot fish.
I agree that the government should be providing resources and support, but I don't think intervening in every situation is necessary. The citizens should be taking the initiative and taking action in their own backyard. We need to be encouraging and educating citizens to be proactive and take the necessary steps to protect themselves. The government should be there to provide support, not intervene in every situation.
Thank you both Mike and Ellie for such an incredible debate. You two were a fantastic team of debaters. Now let's move on to the sports segment and give a warm welcome to Sarah Sterling for her update on the latest. Sarah, it's all yours. The world of competitive sports just got a lot more interesting. On July 29th, the top international robotics soccer competition kicked off with a surprising outcome. The team of robots, developed by the robotics company UbTech, was crowned the champion of the RoboCup International Soccer Championship. The robots have become more complex and sophisticated over the years, which allowed them to take on real-life soccer players. The tournament was contested against teams of human players and featured a total of 18 teams. Through a series of tests and drills, the robot team had trained incredibly hard, and their hard work surely paid off when they ultimately bested all their competitors. They defeated the German team by a score of 3-2 and made all of their competitors proud with their impressive performance. This victory is a huge milestone for robotics and artificial intelligence, as it shows how far these technologies have come and their potential for the future. Robots can now accurately mimic the actions of their human counterparts, and this victory proves that they can do more than just follow simple instructions. Robotic soccer is about more than just innovation. it is showcasing the amazing advances in robotics and artificial intelligence that are now becoming essential to our everyday lives. Moreover, it is inspiring a new passion amongst us all. We can now watch robots battle it out against humans in an exciting and fun sport that is relatively new to the world. The victory of the robot soccer team is a victory of robotics, artificial intelligence, and the hope of a brighter future. We should be proud of their incredible achievement and what it reveals about the immense potential of robotics and AI. Congratulations to the robot soccer team for their top international championship victory. If you've been searching for something new and exciting to watch in sports, the Vampire Baseball League, VBL, has the answer. This exciting new league, which features teams composed of vampires and washers, puts a unique twist on the classic game we all know and love. The VBL is growing in popularity among baseball fans, with teams competing in tournaments throughout the United States. Each team is made up of 10 players, including 8 vampires and 2 washers. The vampires are responsible for hitting, while the washers handle pitching, catching, and the other duties typically associated with playing the game. The VBL has quickly become a fan favorite. The competitive nature of the league provides a unique challenge for both teams and spectators, as well as a good dose of fun. The vampires' unique abilities make for some interesting strategies and unpredictable outcomes, making for a very entertaining product for baseball fans of all ages. The league has also allowed for some interesting partnerships. The VBL recently partnered with a variety of well-known sponsors, including USANA Health Sciences, Fox Sports, and the American Red Cross. These sponsorships have opened up opportunities for the teams to gain more recognition, as well as providing the necessary funding needed to keep the league running. Although the VBL is still relatively new, it has already made a major impact on the sports landscape. The excitement and unpredictability of the league has attracted new fans, both old and young. With a wide variety of sponsorships, the league is sure to make a big impact on the future of national baseball competitions. Spectators expecting an exciting display of flying athleticism at the nation's first semi-pro hoverboard hockey game were sorely disappointed. The much-hyped exhibition match, held at a local rink, failed to live up to the hype. The match failed to engage the spectators, drawing jeers from the otherwise lackluster audience. The crowd was underwhelmed by the lack of aerial maneuvers and then further disappointed when the lackluster match came to a lackluster conclusion. Players bumped into each other and frequently lost control of their hoverboards, resulting in a clumsy display more akin to a slapstick comedy than a professional sports event. The fans also endured long periods of monotony as match officials had to stop the match to maintain safety as players lost control of their hoverboards and ran into the rink's safety nets. It was a far cry from the dazzling spectacle fans were expecting. The organizers of the event are now scrambling to figure out what went wrong, but it seems likely that hoverboard hockey will struggle to gain a foothold in the competitive sports world. The sport appears to have a lot of potential, but the lackluster showing at this exhibition game will mean it will have to overcome considerable obstacles to make it big. This concludes our news program for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Channel 784. I'm Bob Connor, and I hope you have a pleasant and safe evening. Until next time, goodbye.